Hello. So, there's a lot of artists that I'll be rating their albums, and they got like 3 or 5 to 10 albums. So I'll have to make this quick. Just on from alphabetical order, Ashnikko, and the end Poppy. So I'll start with Ashnikko first. I'll be rating her album first. Right, the first album, which is her, it's not her debut because With Killer is the debut one, she said, but more like a mini album. So that's Demi Devil. So I really love Demi Devil. Demi Devil is good. My favorite song there is Deal With It. The features there are also awesome, which is with Kelly's Princess Nokia and Grimes. And they have some melodic instruments. The instruments still have some effort in there. It sounds so beautiful. It's so satisfying to listen. And then there are some chaotic songs which are also satisfying to listen, like Daisy and Drunk With My Friends and Cry. There's a mixture of metal which is in Cry, and that's why I love it, because it has the aesthetic, and so is the music video. The music videos there are so awesome. It's colorful, and then it's got those cute and then creative aesthetics that Ashnikko can think of. Once she's a pirate, and now she's in a painting, and now she's telling someone's names apart. Alright, that's why I love Demi Devil. Now moving on, which is Weed Killer. Right, so I also love Weed Killer because it has a nostalgic vibe too, like the songs Moonlight Magic and Miss Nectarine. And I also love the awesome background effects, which is in World Eater, Weed Killer, and Want It All. So that's really nice. But although they're just too noisy, and at the same time they felt so short, even if they're over 2 minutes long, they felt so short. Like they're not they almost sound like they're not complete, more in a rush, because it you know what I don't think you know what I mean. Why did I even say that? So there. So Weed Killer is probably my least favorite album. So moving on to, but it's still awesome. It's still cool. It's just that it felt so short. All the songs there except for Dying Star, they felt so short. So now let's move on to Smoochies, her latest album, Smoochies. So in Smoochies, that is my most favorite album out of all of Ashnikko's albums. My most favorite song there is Chichinya. Although there's only one feature there, which is Cobra, but all her tracks are so awesome. They're really so cool. There's beautiful melodies, there's some nostalgic melodies, and then there's some acoustic, but they're still so good to listen, satisfying to listen. And then the lyrics, they felt so nostalgic too. They felt so 2010s vibes, if that's the correct way to say it. And sometimes it felt so Disney, in the good way, when they're still not doing remakes of movies. So that's good. The good side of when Disney was still good, which is when High School Musical still exists. So yeah, I really love it because there's still the melodies of efforts, and then the beat is so good, it's creative, it's beautiful, and it lessens the chaotic sounds. And even if there's a chaotic, she made it sound so pretty to listen. The only downside is the music videos, but the entire album is so good to listen. The songs are the good ones to listen. So Smoochies is my most favorite out of Ashnikko's albums. So there, that's all of Ashnikko's albums. Now let's move on to Noah Sebastian in Bad Omens. So Bad Omens, his debut album is named after his band himself, Bad Omens. That's the name of Noah's debut album, Bad Omens. So Bad Omens' debut album is Bad Omens. In that debut album, I'm not really that interested because they all sound nice and good, and the lyrics too. Although they almost sound like the same, to the point that I get bored. I got really bored, and I couldn't tell if they sound any different. They felt almost similar to each other. So I really don't like the debut albums. So there's nothing else nice that I can say about it because I don't like the debut album. So I'll just move on to the second album, which is Finding God Before God Finds Me. And that's the album that I really love. The second album is the album that I really love from Bad Omens. My most favorite song there are Running in Circles and The Throne. The instruments there are a mix of, it's just gorgeous. It felt that you're in a church. Well, I'm not trying to make a pun here because finding God before God finds me, but it just sounds like a medieval church. At the same time, you're in a Greek palace. I don't believe in mythology, but it sounds like Greek music too because it sounds so royal. It sounds so holy. It's when it's just so beautiful. It sounds so beautiful. The instrument is so beautiful. Aside from the metal drums, the instrument is so beautiful, and the lyrics are so positive. The lyrics are so deep and good and beautiful, just like the one in "Be Careful What You Wish For." The bridge there, if you need a place to hang your head or shoulders better than a knot, that's really good. I really love that part. And even with the chaotic death metal tracks that were in there, which is the throne, I also love the throne. Even if it's death metal, more in the noisy side, I really love that. I also love the metal that songs there. It's it's a mix of instruments, those songs that has beautiful instruments, really beautiful, and then the death metal songs. I love all of them. That's my most favorite album from Bad Omens. And now moving on to on his recent album, which is The Death of Peace of Mind. I also love that. That's probably second place. That's second place. I love the Just Pretend, and there are 15 tracks there, which is longer, and I really love the instruments. They're not the same vibe as Finding God Before God Finds Me because they're more in a futuristic and digital instrument vibe. Probably when you're playing Cyberpunk 2077, if that's the name of the game. I don't know much about video games, so I I only know about Sega Nintendo. So there. But the beat is awesome and still beautiful. And the meaning, the lyricism is still beautiful too. It's nice. The lyricism is so cool. It's so beautiful. It's a lyrics. It sounds really like lyrics. So that's why I love the Death of Peace of Mind. Aside from the digital, and then there's also the death metal, the melody is still there, and then the riffs and then the beats, they're so good. They're so good to listen to, satisfying to listen to. They put the time and effort to make those sound well together, sound good together, awesome. So from what you all know, my most favorite from Bad Omens is Finding God Before God Finds Me. That's my most favorite album. Second place is The Death of Peace of Mind. Alright, now moving on to CupcakKe. So CupcakKe Elizabeth Harris, that's her real name, and we'll first be rating the debut album, which is CupcakKe. Yes, do not demonetize me, YouTube. That's really the name of the album, and I really love CupcakKe. Aside from the sex songs, her rapping is so incredible there. Probably the first album where I appreciate her raps. I already appreciated her rap, but I appreciate her rap style even more there in that album. Such as Yo Lost, Life, yeah. And the instruments there are so 2010s. They're given 2010s vibe, and I love it. I really love how it goes. It's so melodic, it's so beats. It sounds so beautiful. The melody is so gorgeous. That's why I like it. Aside from the fact that it's so sexual, which is Deep Throat, Vagina, and Juicy Coochie, the non-sex songs are so beautiful. It's really beautiful. Like Darling, and then Life, and then Yo Lost. Yeah, they're giving 2010s Mariah Carey with a mix of 2010s vibes, rap vibes there. So now let's move on to her second, which is STD, Shelters to Deltas. Alright, in STD, it's just like CupcakKe, so I'll give it the same rating because it's also as good as CupcakKe. So STD and CupcakKe felt like they have the same vibe, which is, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing because CupcakKe is so good and STD is also good as CupcakKe. So I'm gonna rate them both in a tie. They're really so good. They're so 2010, just like what I said, 2010s vibes, and then sounds, it sounds like Mariah Carey. If Mariah Carey can rap, yeah. I don't know if Mariah Carey can rap, but let's not talk about that. Let's stick on with the topic, and now let's move on to Audacious, if that's how you pronounce it. Yes. Before The Bakery even existed, Audacious is my most favorite album. Before The Bakery even existed. Audacious, I really love Audacious. The homework intro is just 1 minute long, but it's so beautiful. It's so satisfying to listen. That's really worth of my time. I really hate to skip that one. And there's only one sex song, and most of them are more in the meaningful, more deep. The songs there are so deep. And I'm not talking about the dicks. I'm not talking about the pussy. I'm talking about the deep meaning. I really love those songs, such as Ace Hardware, Birthmark, Picking Cotton, and then Mistress, and she also has a religious song there, Jesus, that's the title. It's really cool. I really love that. I really love Audacious. That's my most favorite because it's not just that it gave a 2010s vibe, but the meaning. She's really good at composing lyrics that really has deep meaning, and you could just feel it. You could just feel the pain from her, and then you could hear her what she's trying to say, that she wants to talk, she wants to share for people, what she wants to say to people. And that's why I love Audacious, because she's trying to teach us something there. It's something moralistic and that could help us to our lives. So I could say that it's a song, that album of hers is more of her trauma dumping, and it's good. It sounds so good. The whole album is so good. I'm glad that she's now eating pepper steaks, just like from the homework intro, from baby to Jade to eating fat pepper steaks. Now, moving on to the fourth album, which is Queen Elizabeth. So there are two sex songs, which is CPR and Come Shot, but it's almost the same vibe as Audacious, but slightly more on rap. Like, it's on the rap nowadays now. The beat rap is more on the nowadays rap now, more than in the 2010s. I mean, slowly transitioning to the modern rap now than into the 2010s. It's still good. It's really so good. The melody, the beat is still so awesome. It's still, but this one has a positive impact, such as 33rd and Biggie Smalls, that has more of a positive impact than in Audacious. Audacious is where she's trauma dumping. In Queen Elizabeth is where she is sharing positive, which is Biggie Smalls, don't be ashamed of your own body, and 33rd, don't let haters take it down. So yeah, Queen Elizabeth, that's also good. There's still a sense of 2010s vibes, but it's slowly transitioning into the modern rap style. But that's not a bad thing, it's still good. And now moving on to the next album, Epherais, if that's how you pronounce it. Is that how you pronounce Epherais? So here in Epherais, it's also so good. It's the meaning's so deep too. Such as 2 minutes. 2 minutes so good. It's so good. And then the rap flows too. Although there are songs there that kind of bored me. There are songs there that kind of bored me, such as, you know, the Single While Taken, and then, well, what else is there? There's a lot of songs there, 16 songs, so it's better if I stop thinking about it, so we won't make this video long, so that I'll keep on talking. So I'm gonna put Epherais below the last 4 albums, along with Eden. Epherais and Eden, I'll put them in the most lower ranks if I'm gonna rate the CupcakKe albums, because Eden almost felt like Eporize, but slightly different, more on bringing back the 2010s vibe, but it doesn't feel so 2010s enough. It's probably, well, it's just as good as Eporize, but I'm gonna put them both in the low ranks. And that's it. The next album that I'll be rating is Dauntless Manifesto. Yes, Dauntless Manifesto is so good. I didn't know that CupcakKe is going to release another album because it's been years. It's been years when she released Eden. So I'm really surprised that she released an album, Dauntless Manifesto. So in Dauntless Manifesto, they're so cool. The bars she's spitting and all that, and then the instruments is felt so. The Mariah Carey 2010s vibe is back, and that is so awesome. That's so beautiful. And the there are most like songs there, such as Connect 4, DUI, and then Yawn and Little Red Riding Hood. I mean, good because I cannot explain that one. It's real good. Although it doesn't beat CupcakKe and STD. So CupcakKe and STD, Audacious, and Queen Elizabeth are still at the top. And her most latest album, that's the one that really beats them all. That's what I really love. That's the album that I love so much. Just like what I mentioned, that before Bakery even existed, my most favorite album is Audacious, but her latest album, The Bakery, I love that album so much. Mostly when she's really spitting. And that really felt the 2010s vibes. That's really cool. That really gave the 2010s vibes. It gave off Lady Gaga, it gave off Kesha, aside from Mariah Carey, it gave off Nicki Minaj, but CupcakKe's better than Nicki Minaj, so there it is. My most favorite song there is Ballerina Coupe and Fist Me. I'm not gonna tell you what's in Fist Me. There's also a lot of sex songs there, which is Fist Me, One of My Bed Bugs and My Pussy, and then some Sloppy Joe, Snowman, UFO, Mona Lisa. They're really so good. They're so good, and then sound so badass. She's a savage though, such as in New N-Word Now, and then in Go Get 'Em, and in Cat in the Hat. They're so good. And the vibe is really cool, and it's so upbeat to the point that I have energy listening to it, and she's really good at throwing insults. If she's talking to me and she insults me, I might not recover. That's how good the album is. So my most favorite album from CupcakKe is The Bakery. Yes, that's my most favorite out of all the albums, The Bakery. Right, now I'm done with CupcakKe. You guys already know that The Bakery is my most favorite from CupcakKe's albums. Now let's move on to Hayley Kiyoko, who they call the lesbian Jesus. Yes. So here she's mostly on the EPs. She only has 2 albums for now because she's working on a movie. Go watch her movie. It releases at June 19. Yeah, she released that on June on purpose because June is Pride Month. Girls Like Girls, the movie. That was originally a song, but now it's a movie. So going to the point, which is Expectations, that's her debut album, her first album. It's really good. That's my most favorite out of Hayley Kiyoko's albums. I love it. There's only one feature there, which is Kelani. I also love What I Need, but my most favorite song there was Curious. Curious is my most favorite song there. It's really good. It doesn't sound like the other modern pop artists where they just go instrument breakdowns, and that vibe where it sounds So, you know, when you're gonna ship an anime, it doesn't sound anything like that, but in a better way. It's the melody is good and the beat is good. It sounds like country. At the same time, it sounds so sexy. If that's a well, the album. Well, what she's trying to make at the album was sexy because is it appropriate? I don't know if it's appropriate, but the album cover. Let's not talk about the album cover, but it's not that freaky as CupcakKe. Well, it's just a well, it's just a body of a woman. So there's nothing wrong about that. It's not like she's sitting on it just like Jojo Siwa's music video. So there it is. So what? There, I really love the album. Really love the album, and the transitions is also cool. She really put some transitions there, and that's what I love about it. And there, it sounds so cool. It sounds so teenage vibes, Westernian vibes, and country vibes. That's so cool. So now moving on, which is Panorama, is also good. There's lots of girls kissing there, and well, it's not just about the girls kissing because there are other songs there that are so beautiful, which is Chance and Underground. And it's not just about loving lesbians. There's also those songs, just like in Expectations, where that lesbian ain't good. She ain't good for me. Just like that. You know, doesn't mean, because that's some point that people homophobes should take. Doesn't mean a person is gay or lesbian. Doesn't mean they like all boys or all girls. They have standards too, just like straight people, which is a fact. So if that sugar if that woman is just sugar at the bottom, then Hayley would say no. She ain't gonna smash with her if she's the sugar at the bottom. It's really good. They're really beautiful, but they don't have the same energy as Expectations. So I'm still gonna say Expectations is my most favorite album. There's only 2 albums there, so Expectations the winner. Alright, now moving on to Jade. This is a quick one because there's only 1 album. And even if there's 1 album, I really love the album. I really love Jade's album. From listening to the other former members of Little Mix, which is Perry Edwards and Leanne, Jade is the one that really caught my attention because it was just so creative, because it started so beautifully and then she suddenly went like Lady Gaga or Kesha and Ariana Grande mixed all together, and that's it. It created beautiful music. My most favorite song there was FUFN, Fuck You For Now, and I love that. I love that song. And all the other beats, there's a mixture of beautiful instruments and then some 1900s instrument. Just when ABBA was still alive. Is ABBA still alive? I don't know if ABBA's still alive. I don't listen to the old music much. You know, the electronic pop music from the 1900s, what our parents was listening. Yeah, that's the vibe. I'm not really interested to those, but Jade made me love it. Made me love that kind of vibe. I think it's because of her voice. Her voice, wow, she's really good at singing because she could do those whistle notes, high notes. And it's so fun. You could dance to it, and at the same time, there's a mixture of some holiness and some futuristic and some pop, some disco pop vibes, and then some nostalgic vibes and some 1900s vibes where probably all people could also love. And that's it. I love that Showbiz Baby. I really love that album. Right, so that's it. I'll continue this in the next video from Jasmine Bean to Poppy. For now, who I rated was Ashnikko and Bad Omens, CupcakKe, Hayley, Kiyoko, and Jade. And from what you all know, my most favorite there was Smoochies, Finding God Before God Finds Me, The Bakery, and Expectations, and That's Showbiz Baby. Yeah. Alright. On to the part 2. So, bye bye. Go watch the part 2.